It was meant to be nothing more than coffee, just a casual catch-up with someone from her past. Harmless, or so she told herself. But the moment she slid into the booth opposite him, it struck her. Familiarity wrapped in warmth and danger. Jason hadn't changed much. He was older, sure, but that sly smile, the spark in his eyes, they were untouched by time. Over caramel macchiatos, they laughed about their college days, filled each other in on where life had taken them, and shared stories about their losses. Beneath each exchange, a quiet charge lingered, subtle but electric. Every glance carried more weight than it should have. When she rose to leave, Jason reached out and gently caught her wrist. His thumb brushed the soft underside, and she felt her breath falter. Back at home, her heart was still racing. She tried to dismiss it, to smother the sensation. But it clung to her. That night, her phone lit up with a message. "Good seeing you." Her fingers hovered above the keyboard. He typed a reply. Deleted it. Typed again. Then finally sent a message back. Soon the conversations lengthened. Light-hearted banter shifted into something deeper. Winks hidden in emojis. Teasing that danced on the edge of temptation. Then came voice notes. Late-night phone calls. Whispered laughter muffled under blankets while Chris lay beside her. Asleep and unaware. Jason made her laugh in ways she hadn't in years. He made her blush. He made her feel visible again. She told him things she'd long buried. Like how she missed being desired. Missed feeling like she was more than a background role in her own life. He told her he remembered her kiss. She said she remembered how he made her feel alive. The connection intensified, message by message, until one day they made a new plan. This time no coffee shop. No public spaces. They met by the lake they used to visit back in college, parked under a wide sky with a bottle of wine in the open trunk of his car. When he leaned in, she didn't pull away. Their kiss erased the years, turned time to mist. In the back seat, their bodies reunited in a collision of longing and recklessness. Felt like being 20 again, urgent, wild, free. Afterward she cried. He wrapped her in his arms and whispered that she was still stunning, still desired. That night split her in two. Painfully, sweetly. Something inside her was forever altered. They kept seeing each other. Secretly. Weekly. Dingy motel rooms with peeling wallpaper. Abandoned apartments. The back seat of his car again. It became ritual. Dangerous. Addictive. By day, she packed school lunches, kissed her husband on the cheek and played the part. By night, she curled under blankets, phone glowing as she typed lies with trembling fingers. She told herself it was temporary, that she still had control. Then Chris took the kids away for the weekend. She told him she needed space, alone time, an excuse that sounded like freedom. She cleaned the house, lit candles, shaved her legs, texted Jason. He came without hesitation. No words, just arms around her and lips against hers before the front door even closed. They never made it to the bedroom. Their clothes hit the kitchen floor. Her back pressed against the counter. They collapsed onto the living room rug, breathless and consumed. Voice. Mom. Everything froze. Her body stiffened. Jason scrambled for his clothes. Her daughter stood there, wide-eyed, motionless, struggling to understand what she was seeing. Footsteps followed. Chris stepped into view, grocery bags in hand. One fell. Apples rolled across the floor. A box of cereal burst open. No one spoke. The silence weighed heavier than any shout ever could. She opened her mouth, but nothing came. Chris didn't scream. Didn't accuse. He just turned around, took the children and walked out. Jason left too, without saying a single word. She stood alone in a robe, shame sinking into her skin like cold water. The house echoed with the wreckage of what she'd shattered. That night, sleep evaded her. She lay staring at the ceiling, waiting for some version of herself to return, someone who no longer existed. Chris didn't file for divorce. Not immediately. They began therapy. He showed up. Sometimes he said nothing. But he stayed. Eventually she told him everything. even the parts that hurt to say out loud. When he asked why, she said, "Because I forgot what it felt like to be alive." He nodded slowly, and a single tear slid down his face. She still thinks of Jason from time to time, not the man but who she was with him. That version of herself that felt vibrant, unfiltered. But now she understands, she wasn't chasing love. She was searching for validation. Jason wasn't a partner. He was a mirror, one that reflected the stranger she'd become. She hasn't contacted him. And she never will. Now she clings to the small, steady things. The way Chris looks at her when he looks. The quiet, honest walks they take. Conversations with their daughter, still too young to speak of that day, but old enough for the question to live behind her eyes. She dreads the day it's asked aloud. In the meantime she rebuilds. Slowly, brick by brick. Trust like porcelain, weighty and fragile. Some nights she lies awake, questioning if she deserves to heal. Some mornings she dares to believe she's learning how to love herself again, without needing anyone else's hands to do it. She's come to realize that infidelity is rarely about desire. It's about silence, about loneliness fed in secret, about the illusion that something new will cure the ache. Sometimes what looks like a lifeline is really a rope around your throat. But she's still here, still breathing, ashes in her chest, but alive. And for now, that has to be enough.